Kicks 105.5. Luke Bryan, rain is a good thing. It's 7:49 on a Wednesday morning. Mike Barrett in the studio. How you doing?
I am well. How are you?
I got to turn your mic on.
That's fine.
There. Oh,
Well-
you got your headphones on. Good.
Headphones are on.
All right. So last week we were talking about claims.
Yes.
What to do in the event that something bad happens.
Yeah, you brought it up because I really was just clueless on a topic last week, and you asked a great question. If I'm in an accident, and so we're going to talk about auto claims this morning.
Okay.
And we'll talk about homeowner claims next week.
All right.
All right, because that's still something to look forward to, I suspect. But so auto claims. So last week you asked the question, if I'm in an accident, do I just call you now, or do I drive over, or do you come and inspect? And we talked about the differences between me and the actual person who would work through your claim with you.
Yeah,
me being an agent
claim
and
adjuster,
then being
yeah.
an adjuster.
Right.
So let's talk about expectations in the process.
Okay.
Now, a lot of the carriers out there have added some fantastic technologies based on all the mobile devices and obviously heavy computer and tablet use, where they say, "Oh, take a picture of your damaged car or do this,
And
do that."
email it to us, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of work that you have to do.
And
Do you know
you're
what
there,
I, do you know
you're
what I
there
mean?
to help, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think
you
it's
have a better camera than anybody else, too.
better megapixels all the way. But, that's great. And I think documentation, and that's one of the things I'll always say, documentation is key to any claim. But it doesn't speed up the process. They may still have to send somebody to look at your car. They're going to have to investigate the process, and this is the case of everybody. So everyone's pretty much on a level playing field, whether you file your claim at 8:30 on a Tuesday morning or 1:05 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
Another thing that's important is people oftentimes think they have better insurance than they actually do. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I see this a lot, to be honest with you.
I
know I had towing and labor on my policy. I know I had rental reimbursement on my policy.
A rock jumped up off of the road and busted my windshield. I know that's covered.
Well, that's covered in most cars if you have comprehensive. So
If you have comprehensive.
right. So
But there are add-ons that you can get
right. So
that cover,
like the wave deductible of the glass and everything like
right,
that.
right.
Yeah.
And deer and whatever else.
So really, and nobody remembers the coverage that they've purchased, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that to be evil or judgmental,
It's
but
human nature to
it
always
is.
think that, well, I'm smart. I must have bought the best.
there's no reason I wouldn't have, except I wanted to save $50.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But the expectation of a claim is, remember this: regardless of when the accident happened, claims adjusters work Monday through Friday.
They're not there on
They're
Saturday.
not there
or
Saturday
Sunday.
or Sunday. So you can file a claim, get some of the guidance going. Call us
But
if you want.
if you want somebody to talk to, you can call Mike at home on Sunday afternoon.
Well, I encourage that.
No, you don't.
I certainly do. In emergency situations, absolutely can call us anytime.
Wow.
That's always been the rule. Dad's had that rule. We have that rule.
See, that's why you.
That's
should
why I
have
disconnected my home phone.
That's why you should have a local agent. That's awesome.
But so the process will begin. If you get in an accident with another vehicle, they're going to go through the process of understanding how that accident took place. Because if you're in an accident with another vehicle, Vermont is not a no-fault state. We're
somebody
an
gets the
at-fault
fault,
state.
right?
So what's going to happen is they're going to determine if it's the other party or you before any type of claim payment or discussion or proceedings will take place.
So if another car is involved, the first thing is don't move nothing.
Don't move nothing.
The police have to come out, measure the skid marks, look. They'll interview people around the area to see what other people saw, and then they'll take the statements of the drivers. And
a little interesting note: they do not need to call the police if you're in an accident in a parking lot. And you do not need to call the police. Well, I guess you should still, but they may not come if it's just a small, tiny little boom, boom. If they're looking to do the bigger accidents. But
Right.
I still say it's absolutely worthy of doing that, because otherwise it's he said, she said.
right.
And so it really does help the adjusters in the process of determining faults.
But if you got a nice phone like you do, that big new iPhone 6
Plus.
yeah, that's like a small laptop.
Yeah, I actually have to wear a back brace now when I
Yeah,
carry it
yeah,
around.
and a hip holster, yeah. But if you got a phone like that, you can take some great photographs.
Documentation, absolutely.
Step back, get pictures of both the cars before they've been moved.
Mm-hmm.
So you can prove, well, he was coming from here, I was coming from there, and we hit like this.
Right.
It's a good thing to do.
It is, and I'll also say never admit faults. That's key. You never get any
Oh,
call.
I'm sorry, my
sorry,
fault.
man, that was my fault. I'm so sorry about that. It may have very well been your fault, but it's just a recommendation. Don't admit fault at the scene. And then Unless it's obvious.
No, you should get out and point fingers and yell irately, right?
There you go. Point to the people that weren't involved. But then the expectations of the claim payout, again, it's going to be investigated. So before you see any payment for damage to your vehicle, you're going to see that investigation process going. If you have rental reimbursement on your car, yes, they will obviously kick that coverage in and authorize through one of the local rental car places to get you a rental. But again, there's a process that has to go. So a lot of people really feel that it should happen with a snap of a finger.
Right.
I've got my new car or I've got my rental. There is a process regardless of the company that you're with, regardless of the technologies available with that company.
And even if they're going to repair your car, oftentimes they'll require that you get 2 or 3 different quotes.
No.
No?
There may be a company that does that, but none of mine. So now, because of the way to keep statistics and everything, we now know what the average cost of a vehicle is. So a lot of times now, companies will use appraisers. A certified appraiser who will come and say, well, this is what that costs, or this is what it should cost to do this. So you can go to whomever you want. No need for this get 3 estimates thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a little freedom there.
I haven't done it for 25 years. But
knock on wood.
Yeah, at that time,
Is that real wood?
Underneath the vinyl here.
There you go. That
knocking on my head. All right. Good Policies brought to you this morning by the Barrett Insurance Agency, 748-5224, or online at thebarrettagency.com.
And Facebook, Barrett Insurance Agency.
And you get some people on Facebook, too, don't you?
Yeah, we're over 300 now. Really excited about that.
That's
so
awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk next week.
Have a great one.